West Hill United is a progressive spiritual community where how you live is more important than what you believe. West Hill United is a people, a place, an idea. We are a community living out of a progressive faith, striving to make a positive difference in our own lives, the lives of others, and the world. Join us Sundays at 10:30 a.m. or connect with us at any time.
That was fun. Here are our readings today. The first reading by Michael Foreman describes how even for adults it is important to make time for play in our lives. And as we move into adulthood, play always seems to take a back seat. However, there are many benefits to play, and play might even transform the world. The Importance of Play in Adulthood by Michael Foreman. We all love hearing the cackling, giggling, and uninhibited screams of joy from children who are out and about playing. Seeing children play is a joyous moment in itself, and we are often brought back to a simpler time when life was about having fun and enjoying ourselves. Play allows us to learn how to be creative and helps nurture critical thinking, personality development, and adaptive pathways for us in childhood. The benefits of play are far-reaching, but we often give up play as adults for more serious pursuits such as our careers, our relationships, and our families, all of which are valid pursuits. But what if we could tap into play to enhance our life experiences, our professions, our relationships, and our family lives as adults as well? Play for adults is critical in our stressful go, go, go lives. Play has been shown to release endorphins, improve brain functionality, and stimulate creativity. And it can even help to keep us young and feeling energetic. Studies show that play improves memory and stimulates the growth of the cerebral cortex. One of the things that may often stop us from playing is that we as adults get very set on who we are and the types of activities that we do and that we do not like. But play is healthy and fun, so it benefits us to figuratively or literally roll the dice and allow play back into our lives. One of the definitions of play from the Oxford English Dictionary is to wield lightly and freely, to keep in motion. Who wouldn't like to experience more moments of lightness and freedom in our days? Offered as wisdom for the journey. May we walk
in its light.
The poem we are about to hear tells us to remember to play. It laments how we seemingly forget to play as we grow into adulthood. Remember to Play by Jenny Justice. We forget what it is like to laugh, to play. We forget what it is like to simply exist in moments of joy. The one thing that separates adults from kids is not age, not time, not wisdom, not responsibilities, bills, work, or the things we label as adult that are just bad habits dressed up as something we've earned a right to do. Drink, gamble, use people, use each other, be snide, be snarky, suppress feelings. No, what makes an adult is the inability to play without fear, to play without restraint, to play without feeling foolish. We forget. We forget. We forget. And we mourn a bit, sure, because of the bills, because of the work, because we confuse things like bars and drinking or parties or thrills for play, when these things are not play. Play is an endeavor of the spirit. Playfulness is an attitude of pure glee. Playing is curiosity in action, discovery, pretending. Play is approaching each moment as new, full of beautiful possibility, of imagination. Play is grace and laughter, even when falling and crawling. Play is using our bodies, hearts, minds, and spirits to explore the world around us with kindness and awe. We forget this. We forget this. We have to remember. We have to make time, all of us, children, adults, men, women. We have to remember to play. Offered as wisdom for the journey. May we walk,
May we walk in its light.
You should just do that.
Stress and anxiety is a normal, natural part of life. It's our nervous system's response to any challenge or threat. When we handle stress well, it can be healthy, strengthening our ability to handle change and enhance our resilience. And there's an art to releasing tension and decompressing, so let's try it out. To start, take a few deep breaths. And just look around the space you're in, even if it's familiar. Go ahead and orient a little to your surroundings. Let your eyes explore the space you're in, noticing any colors or shapes, the quality of light, or any lines in your visual field. And when you're ready, feel free to let your eyes close. Take a few slow, deep breaths to help yourself to continue to settle in and arrive. Breathe in deeply through your nose and let the breath out through your mouth in a thin stream of air. Exhaling long and slow. Notice if you can feel even a little bit of calming or settling already, just from orienting yourself and taking a few deep breaths. As our meditation continues, we'll build on the natural ability of your mind and body to deactivate, supporting you to decompress and let things settle. So for this meditation, instead of trying to focus your attention, see what it is like to relax your attention. How would it be to let your mind be a little fuzzy or vague, to not try so hard, but just let things unfold a bit? With that relaxed, easy attitude and mind, take a moment to feel any place where your body touches the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the chair beneath you. Allow yourselves to feel the weight of your whole body sinking down into the ground. Can you begin to soften? Letting the ground support you. Go ahead and take a few moments to explore how it feels to let that solid contact soothe and steady your awareness. The more we pay attention to any feelings of ease, settling, or relaxation, however small, the more they deepen. Rest your awareness with the body and the breathing. remember to give your full attention to any feeling of release or settling. Really soak it in. And as the meditation comes to an end, you might take a few moments to reflect on how you feel right now, and if that is any different from when we began. As we transition out of the meditation, continue to give more attention to any feelings of ease or relaxation. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, beginning to move a little, looking around the room. Thank you for your practice.
After that, I know it might be tricky, but I'm going to ask you to rise and sing this song with me, if you're comfortable doing that. May I be a source of peace for you. May I be a listening ear, open, accepting, welcoming when you are in need of care. May I be a source of strength for you, your courage for life inspire, help you to face what must be faced, and face it in spite of fear. I will do what I can do. I will go where I can go. The Spirit of love is moving me to be all that I can be. May I be a source of light for you whenever it's hard to see. Open our minds and reach for truth, and wisdom will set us free. May I be a source of joy for you, with laughter along the way. Looking for beauty everywhere, we'll treasure it joyfully. I will do what I can do. I will go where I can go. The Spirit of love is moving me to be all that I can be. I will do what I can do. I will go where I can go. The Spirit of love is moving me to be all that I can be.
So I remember one time many years ago when I was living in Winnipeg, and I was leaving my office, and I ran into a friend, Lisa. She was walking down the street along with her two young children, Sally, who was about 5, and her younger brother, Tommy, who might have been 3. Naturally, Lisa and I stopped to chat for a few minutes, which according to her children was a very boring thing to do. But they didn't whine. Instead, Sally immediately took action. And she said to her younger brother, "Come on, Tommy, let's play." And they were off climbing the railings on the nearest storefront. And I was struck by just how quickly and uninhibitedly they moved into play. It was just a moment, and the two children were off playing. They just needed a sliver of an opportunity to move into play. They were off climbing those railings alongside a busy sidewalk. Now, of course, after a few minutes, Lisa and I went back to our busy lives. And she stopped her children from playing and said, "Come along now." And the playing was over. And all too often, we don't make time for play. We think we have more important things to do. And the things we have to do are important. Sometimes when I read the newspaper or watch the news or look at my Facebook feed and I see all the accounts of brokenness in the world, and I know I'm called to respond, but I get overwhelmed and wonder if I have time for play. When I see all these seemingly intractable problems like world hunger, violence against women, crushing poverty in First Nations community, the murder of trans women of color, climate change, and I just get overwhelmed and I wonder, who has time for play? We're living in a broken world, but which calls us to participate in the healing of this web of life. But the task seems overwhelming, and it's easy to question who has time for play. But play is important too. It's not that just we need to get away from our work so that we can recharge and be ready for more work. Play isn't just getting away or relaxing or getting a good night's sleep so that we can be well rested for more work, however important that work is. Play isn't just fun, although fun is important. Play is more than all that. And play is important. It's important for other reasons. Now, there are many reasons why play is important, but 3 very important reasons are as follows. First, play develops our creativity. Second, play helps us to be present. Finally, play helps us to connect. Let's take a closer look at how this works. Play develops our creativity. Mark Beeman, a professor at Northwestern University, found that people have an easier time solving a puzzle after watching a short comedy clip. Having fun, perhaps by easing tension, may facilitate neural connections in our brain, helpful for greater mental flexibility and creativity. In another brain imaging study, Beeman found that activation of pleasure centers in the brain predicted successful puzzle solving. These findings suggest that play helps us think more creatively, and that could potentially help us resolve some of our challenging situations. Play also makes us present. Matthew Killingsworth and Daniel Gilbert, 2 researchers at Harvard, found that when we remember the past, we tend to dwell on negative emotions like anger and regret. And when we think too much of the future, we tend to think too much of anxiety and fear. It's when we are truly present that we are the happiest. When we are immersed in play, we focus on that play. And that brings us into the present moment, into our most balanced and happy selves. Being present is conducive to our well-being. Play also connects us with each other. When we play together, we're sharing a common activity. We are focused on the same thing, the same game or activity that we are playing, and that brings us closer and helps us to connect to one another, as long as we follow the rules of fair play, which are ask first, be honest, follow the rules, and admit you're wrong. So if we follow these rules of fair play, we can connect to our neighbor through play. And so you can see how play fosters connectedness. We can get closer to our neighbor and perhaps create harmony in the web of life. So play is important. It helps keep us present and in the moment, and it helps to connect us to one another. We need all these things if we're going to respond to the problems we are facing as a world community. We also need these things just to have a full and vital life. We're going to need to find creative solutions to the problem we face in the world. And prioritizing play can spark creativity so that we might be able to formulate the solutions that will best respond to challenge of climate change or reconciliation or poverty. Because what we're doing right now isn't working. We need new responses to the suffering in the world, And perhaps play can help us find these new solutions. Play helps us be present, which is a path to better mental health. It can help us as individuals, but it can also do more than that. With a robust practice of play in the broader world, we can promote mental well-being across society. We can not only enhance our own mental well-being, but also enhance that of our neighbors. We can turn mental and physical well-being from a personal decision or a New Year's resolution into a cultural practice, keeping everyone present so we can have the benefit of the presence and play. We often see that kind of presence sought through meditation, and that's a good way to find it. But play is another opportunity. Meditation's not for everybody. And yes, we should make meditation more accessible and promote the practice of meditation in the world, but play is another way to keep us present and in the moment. Finally, play helps with connectedness, and that's what we're all about here at West Hill United. As we say in Vision Works, it is with a deep sense of awe and wonder we acknowledge life and its all diversity and complexity as an interconnected web of relationships beyond our full comprehension. The interconnectedness which constitutes the web of life can be strengthened through the practice of play. As the poet says, playfulness is an attitude of pure glee. Playing is curiosity in action, discovery, pretending. Play is approaching each moment as new, full of beautiful possibility, of imagination. Play is grace and laughter, even when falling and crawling. Play is using our bodies, hearts, minds, and spirits to explore the world around us with kindness and awe. We forget this. We forget this. We have to remember. We have to make time for all of us. Children, adults, men, women. We have to remember to play. And so please remember to play. Peace.
Become a sustaining champion of West Hill United's work by committing to an automatic monthly donation. Learn more or donate now through Canada Helps.